Hello, thank you for tuning in with us. We're so excited today. We're here at Collaborations and Connections. That's what we're calling it, right, Stephanie?
Yes, collaborations and connections it is.
So we're finding out from people how they're actually, how they've met for business, but what's happening in that collaboration, business, personal, how this is increasing, what they're doing, and we're so excited today because we have Yuko, and it's Kuro. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, Kuru.
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 I told you something. I told you I was going to mess it up.
Yes. No, it's all right. There's a lot of U's.
And if you don't know Yuko, you need to.
You need
Yes.
to.
Yes, please. Contact me through my website.
And we have Christina, and is it Heike?
Yes.
Is that right? Did I really say it right?
Heike. Yes, Heike. But most people here say Heike or hike, so it's perfect.
Okay. I really, and I even asked you both about it, but I told you I was going to mess it up. It doesn't matter. So I think we were putting your websites before we even started. So I want to make sure I actually do that. I put that in the comment section. It's going in there in a second. Anyway, let's find out more about each of you, and then we can talk about how you guys got to know each other. So Yuko, tell us about what you're doing, what you're, who you're working for, what your company is. I think you do a couple of things.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes, definitely. I have I own two businesses, but mainly I am a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual. My name is Yuko Kuru, and what I do is I help clients with protecting their income, also with their investments to grow their wealth, and just really free them from financial anxiety. That's our mission, making sure people are well taken care of. God forbid something happens, manage that risk, protect your family. At the same time, this is really what it is, right? We want, the biggest risk is you dying prematurely or living too long. So what do you do to protect yourselves from those risks? And that's where I come into play, and help clients with understanding what they can do strategy wise to protect them from their risks. Another little thing that I do is I own a indoor play space for children. The children's age group is 0 to 6. It's really to help parents, caretakers, really just have a little bit of a break, from the hectic lives that they have to go through, with raising a toddler,
Wow.
feel like an adult, creating a community, a support group for people like, I have a 5-year-old, so people like us, so that we can just sit down and have a nice cup of coffee and just feel like a human being. So
That's
For all
fabulous.
those mompreneurs, right? You
Yeah.
know, those mompreneurs or entrepreneurs, or
Yes.
take your children to
Yes.
Yuko's place and
Absolutely.
give
Where-
yourself a break.
Where is the play space?
The play space is in Larchmont, New York, in
Westchester.
Westchester. And
Wow,
you can
that-
just pop in, drop in, pay a 60-minute, 90-minute ticket, and just have a nice little break. I think we have a great space for children to just run around, roam around. Everything is safe, fall proof, everything. We have a little cafe in the back for the adults to sit down and have a snack, water, coffee.
If I don't have mine are all grown, can I come?
Yes, definitely,
You
of
gotta
course.
wanna
Or
come
maybe
and check
maybe
it
your
out.
kids can just help me
Yeah.
take care of the kids.
When my grandchildren come to visit, I'll have to bring them there.
Yes, please. Yes, please. When are they due, or are they already?
I'm hoping I'm going out there before they're coming here, but my son keeps threatening me that he's going to send them to me for the summer, and I keep saying, "Go ahead, bring it.
Yes, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome.
Don't
then,
threaten me."
Yeah,
But
right.
at the same time, like, families are the young families. You really need protection also. So where financially, it's a financial boot camp, right? Everything changes when you are single, the way you spent the money, and then after you have a kid, how do you think about those things? So I can definitely help if there's any interest. Just have just let me know, and we can sit down back in the cafe and just chat about stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So
And Yuko is amazing. She has so much patience. I'm like financially like that. That's really not my area. And like our first conversation, I think we had like 1.5 hours straight to kind of like walk me through the the baby steps that I needed to understand what's going on, right? Being also that I'm new to the system here, you know, coming from Germany. So Yuko is really amazing in breaking it down and making it digestible.
Well, you know what?
Thank you.
I just wanted to say that one thing about Yuko. Like you must be, in order to start this play space. Some people would be running from a bunch of, 0 to 6-year-olds, and you're inviting them. You're
running
inviting
to them,
in,
not
and
away
inviting
from
them
them.
in, and their parents who are probably sleep deprived. So, I mean, that's really, you do. You're always a very calm,
Yeah.
as far as the way you
You have like
present.
a soothing voice.
You are very
Hugo.
Oh,
You
well,
are
thank you.
soothing.
Well,
You are very
Christina helps me though. Christina
Ah.
helps me, like, ground
Well,
myself and
so
balance myself.
So let's
Christina,
hear
tell
that.
us about
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, so I'm Christina Heike. I'm originally from Germany, immigrated here with my son, and finally, after like I think the whole process, like it's 20 years long. Finally, last year in October, I got my citizenship. So now I'm a dual citizen. Woo-hoo! I even
Congratulations! That's
somewhere
awesome.
I have my American flag. they give you at
Great.
the yeah. And so here from Germany, I am writing. I'm a mompreneur. My son is a teenager now. And we had a few cafes like this, just a few in Germany when my son was little, and it was so freaking amazing. So I'm like commenting you so much, Yuko, because I think here it's even rarer. So we really need it here, and people so much need a break. It's really true. So
Thank you.
So tell us about what
holistic health coach.
Yeah.
Holistic health coach, trauma and forgiveness coach. I'm like, my new title is gonna be like the business of marry yourself, embody self-leadership. I stand by your side while you forgive the lemons life gave you and unlock your hidden treasures so that you can really live the life you're waiting for.
That's fabulous.
love that.
And by the way, it's hard to tell when they come in through the different way, but this is Maria Casada saying hello to everybody.
Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Here's, Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen. Hello, Mary
Oh,
Ellen.
that's awesome.
Yeah, she's cool. They're both cool. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
So now,
Awesome. No, all good.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have, and I'm also running a BIMA business, the BIMA medical device. I do that with Rick Gabrielli, and that's something I'm also talking about with Yuko. So I really work with successful women who still feel there's something they have not really tapped into, and who still might be held back by some emotional blockages. So trauma doesn't always have to be the most horrific thing. It's often the little things that happen to us in childhood, and then we carry it on through life. That's always very important to me to mention. Like, people say, oh, I don't have trauma. We all have trauma. Believe me. My son probably already has trauma. It's like, there's no freaking way that we go through childhood without it. And it's not necessarily ill-intended. We're all human. We're in this human experience together. And so, like, we all have our shortcomings. No kidding, right? So luckily, we also have our wonderful and shining sides. So it's a balance. But so that to say, I'm working with really successful women who have, sometimes they're still codependent in their relationships while they're super leaders in business. Or they take care too much while they're super leader in their business. Or there's depression, burnout, anxiety, especially in these last 2 years. And what I finally come back to is I started really focusing also on our youth and children again. And that's so beautiful also, like that Yuko's and my connection are coming up. I'm teaching yoga and mindfulness to children on the spectrum and who are neurodiverse. So
Nice.
that's yeah, I'm really happy about it, and I see a horse farm with therapy and all that in the future. Let's see, Yuko, let's see what we can create.
Yeah, that's
All
That's
right.
that'll be
beautiful. So that leads me to my first question for you guys. How did you guys find each other? Because this is about collaboration and connection, right? So how did the two of you find each other?
Master networks, not
Yes.
Tinder. so so it was after one of the master, Yuko and I are both in master networks, and I think I visited your chapter, right, Yuko?
Yes.
Brooklyn.
And
Yeah,
and
Brooklyn.
we hung out a little longer and
Mhm.
with Tina and
Mhm.
had like tried to, I think we were preparing for this Facebook.
No,
Or,
I think,
anyway,
yeah, we were just talking.
and Tina and her amazing ability to kind of see like beyond like the limitations we have. Like she's like, she already saw all the connections, and she's like, you got to talk, you got to figure out
I
how
know, it's
you
weird.
can amplify what you're doing, and you have something that can amplify what you're doing, and really thinking beyond those I don't know, you just have an ability. It really blew my mind to see beyond those limitations that we think, who could be someone who recommends someone to me or to her, right?
Yeah.
Like what is life insurance and trauma and forgiveness, like, right? And
Yeah, but
suddenly
it's
we
yet.
both were like, whoa.
Yeah.
So Yuko, tell us, how are you guys working together? What is it that you're actually doing?
Right. So we're just right now we are starting the relationship, and we're discovering more and more of possibility of collaboration in the future. Right now, Christina is helping me personally with kind of shedding all the crap that I need to get rid of, and to
The
be
lemons,
healthier.
the lemons.
The
You
lemons
The
made
and
lemons.
making
I
wonderful
love
lemonade.
lemonade.
Yes, I love
lemonade.
lemonades too. So just making it like a treat for me, right? The lemons to lemonade, and that's what she's doing right now. That's how we started. But as we are like talking, like she said, she's teaching children these yoga. What I'm doing right now with my indoor play space is creating a parent resource group where we would have like maybe a once a month, a expert on sleep, or expert on, for me, like financial boot camp, a mental health for children, those kind of things. Invite them to the store and have the parents like talk to these experts once every month, and just creating again another community, right? So that's one collaboration that we could foresee. Another thing is like through Christina's portal, perhaps like there are many families, many individuals that need financial security, that sense of peace of mind, right? This is what it is all about. People somebody could be worth millions, but there may not have that peace of mind. That's where I would like to help, is to be able to provide a service and and just be there for them if they need to feel safe. So that's
That's
where
really
we come
interesting.
from.
Just you made me think of a bunch of people that you might want to be connected to, like
Yeah, thank you.
Ellen Maximilia. She's actually could be having her baby right at this moment.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know she's due. I
Any
think sometime
day.
this week.
Yeah.
Wow,
But she is
exciting.
a sleep. She does a child like sleep.
She helps
Coach.
parents with getting
Yeah.
their kids to sleep.
Yeah.
That's
which
enormous.
is wonderful, and that's where I think our collaboration, I think we might be actually creating these programs together, because as a educator, I've worked in special education here and in Germany. So I have a vast wealth of knowledge about these things, right? Because sleep trainings can be also you know we got to be really careful. We don't want to traumatize our
Oh
kids.
yeah, no, this is without that particular thing of letting them scream. Like she doesn't do it, she does it without letting them scream. I never thought that was a good thing, but we
Yeah.
did try it. We did try it on one of my kids.
I tried with my
That's the
son.
problem.
Oh my, no, I tried with my son, and it ended up traumatizing me,
Yeah.
because he actually found a way to climb out of the crib.
Yeah.
And
They
the next
will.
thing I knew,
Yeah.
he was out, and I just could not process it. Like, what,
How
what
did
What
exactly
is
is
that?
going
happening?
on, right? What
How did
just
Yeah.
that?
happened here? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
why are you here? And since then
Yeah.
I did not do that ever again. But anyway,
And
But
again,
yeah,
it's really about this balance, right? As a parent, about this balance. What do I need to kind of maintain my sanity? And sleep
yeah,
is one of the things,
yeah.
right? And how can I still provide the best for my child? So it's a constant weighing and balancing act.
Yeah, but I didn't have all of you, and that's like I look back sometimes, I'm like, I wish I had this person and that person, in my
Yeah, we
life.
didn't have a handbook either, right? It was like, oh, figure it out. That you get a manual with everything you buy, but nobody gives you a manual when you're having children. And for anybody listening out there, if you have questions for these ladies, please make sure to put it in the chat for them.
Yep, I'm monitoring you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But going back to, so you're able to keep, do you agree with this statement that the longer you talk to each other, the more you find in common, or in a mindset that you can do more together? Do you feel that that's true?
yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely.
Communication is key,
That-
right? Just and not being afraid to share, having the safe place to share um, those things that is in your mind. And I think, of course, I'm sure there are certain persons that you can't really do that with. I mean, that's fine. But if you find somebody that you can share and communicate as much as possible, and try to find a thread that we can all grow together, because maybe I am not a direct sort of resource to a certain need that Christina have, or Tina or Stephanie you have, but I might have other resources that I could connect you guys with. But I think that's also like, with master networks, it's just like that's what it is all about, right? And that's what I love about it, is that everybody that is part of this network is, that we're not looking to sell or connect and, do this referral thing. It's really more about, let's get to know each other. What are we all about? And how can we grow together as a community and
Right,
be all successful? So
right.
that's really,
And it really becomes, because I think thinking that way, Yuko, my thought is that it's really becomes just, multiplies,
Yeah.
amplifies, multiplies, is just,
Exponentially, right?
yeah, exponential. And that's the key, I think, because if we just stay in our little, even if our little rooms, or our little, pods or whatever here, it's not enough. It's like, wait a minute, I can wait. Yuko, I need to talk to you about this person and that person and this person. And if we just keep each other in mind, or something that you use, like, Christina, when you talk about your trauma and your forgiveness coaching and everything, I can think of people that are going through difficult times right now, very, very difficult times. And I believe that you could help them. Do you agree?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And and in the sense of I can help them, even if they need to start with a chronic health problem, right? I'm working with Ayurveda. I'm working with yoga. I'm a yoga therapist. So if someone after an accident needs to get back into like gently starting to move, I'm doing restorative yoga. I'm doing yoga with senior citizens. I have like a vast variety of things. What I want to emphasize though is like the trauma release is the thing that you do in order to go into like your like the life you really want to live. I call it my God walk or my heart song, to be able to have like a fulfilled life, regardless of like the stumbling stones that we all get to.
Yeah, we're all going to have stumbling blocks, right,
Yeah,
Christina? But you're
absolutely,
there to
that's
help
life.
people, and you're there to help guide them even through those stumbling
Absolutely,
blocks so that they can
absolutely,
live their best life.
absolutely. And there's so much about really the perspective on. I'm sorry, my son just called me. Is he not having his keys? Sorry, maybe I have to get up in a second. It's
That's
like
okay.
16, but then
This is life, right? This is life. We're living it. This is the real thing.
But you know what? We were laughing, Christina, by the way. So, Yuko, you were still off when we were laughing because we all have glasses on, and Christina's wearing.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, Christina's got 2 pairs. She's got a spare just in case the pair falls off of her nose that she can just drop down.
I love
that's
that.
just caretaker mode, right? In case someone comes along, like.
I love that. That's great. But you know what? I wanted to ask you guys if before your son comes, Christina. But how has this helped you personally or professionally? How has it helped you? What's it done? What is this collaboration, or just the knowledge of this collaboration, the knowledge that you could have these kind of relationships? What has that done for you?
So for me, thinking of all the possibilities we can collaborate. So for example, we're gonna also look into like if Yuko wants to purchase a Beamer device, a medical device for microcirculation, amazing device. Adi, I'm in a call. You okay?
I love it. No, you were saying, like, for instance, like the Beamer, or like there's so many
she might
layers.
be able to offer that to her clients there in the play space. So it will enrich the experience because it's also very relaxing. It helps with sleep. It helps with de-stressing, more oxygen in your blood. So that will be perfect for all those parents who are kind of really exhausted and trying to keep their together. Sanity. Thank you. Much better.
But
and she could become a distributor and also have income from it and help people. And I could send client and she could send me the ones who maybe are breaking up and need support in those transitions, because there's a lot of emotional, vulnerability and hardship in these situations, especially when kids are involved.
I just want to say that is Jean Turman saying hello to everybody. Jean,
Hi, Jean.
Hi, Jean.
Our favorite photographer from New Jersey.
Yes, the headshot queen.
Oh
the headshot
my
queen.
gosh,
the
I have to
headshot
call
queen.
her. I
All
must
right.
call her.
Yes.
So Yuko, what about you? What is this like? I know we talked a little bit about it, but what is this doing for you personally and professionally?
Well, personally, it's giving me strength, a strong foundation that I have support. I have people that I can, go to when I need help, a safe place to go, and just bounce off ideas. And maybe the answer is not going to be available to me immediately, but there's going to be a bunch of very smart, successful people that I can actually draw upon in terms of as resource. And that's like tremendous to me, right? When I started out in this journey of as an entrepreneur, it the pandemic hit, and it just became extremely lonely, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had this little idea, I created it. It sounded fun, but then once I started doing it, it was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work. The reality hit. And it was very lonely. And then I started speaking with other entrepreneurs and realized that everybody kind of goes through the same thing, right? So that in itself, that I am not alone knowledge, really helped me find myself. And then in terms of professionally, it's just really, collaboration is awesome because you can't do this alone. A lot of times when you think about entrepreneurship, like you just think about the founder and the whatever. But even Amazon, Jeff Bezos had a bunch of people that he had help from, collaborated with, and he so it's those people that may not be in the forefront, but this vast community behind you is going to allow you to be successful. And I just feel like that's where I'm going, and it's really fun.
I think it's about energy, right? Like, so it's like a momentum, right? Like, if you're stalled, you're kind of sitting there by yourself. Christina, you wanted to say something about that?
I wanted to say, just like she basically covered what the master network experience is, right? For me, I wanted to go into like the connection with Yuko, this experience of having a longer conversation and discovering all these possibilities and beginning the collaboration. It's like it's opening up my eyes to so many possibilities, and it's so much joy, right? In this, to see together with someone else, I can really like have abundance of ideas, of possible income, of people I can connect with. It's beautiful. Like there's a real sense of community. So I'm very grateful to you, Tina, that you kind of pointed that out to us. I'm not sure that we would have gotten that, just the two of us. So you have
wow. That's Tina's like an amazing connector of people, right?
People
her antennas are always hidden behind her head, and she hears these key words, and it's like bing, all of a sudden it's like you can see the bubble in her head above her head going, okay, wait a minute, you guys need to talk. Like,
and keen ability to think outside the box, and I love that, really.
Well, here's a funny thing I'll share with you guys, and I've said this before. I listened to a speaker at one of my corporate events saying, and I loved the way he said this. Instead of saying thinking outside the box, think inside the box. When you were a kid and your parents got a new appliance or something, right? And we had that box became a spaceship and a train and a plane, and it could be whatever you wanted it to be, right?
I love that idea. And I like to tag on this one is like, think outside the box. My thought is like, which box? That's the other version of approaching it, right?
Absolutely.
Yuko, did you and I meet in person in Queens?
Yes, with John Kim's event.
We went to an event that was all about John Kim is the realtor down in our Brooklyn chapter, and he had this amazing event that he was really feeding. He was feeding the troops of that he works with in order that feed homeless people, that like every week they're all down there Saturdays, and so he was giving back to the group, and we were just able to go, and it was so nice, wasn't it, Yuko?
It was really nice.
It was raining, and we got to sit under the tent together,
and we just chatted.
It was really
talk.
Yeah,
it was great.
So yeah, it was really great to see you in person. I just wanted to mention again, Jean is telling us about she had a visitor mentioned a challenge in her meeting, and that's Northern New Jersey. And just so many people reach out to the person that morning that they joined the group and said, how could I not join this amazing group of caring people?
That's what this is here, right?
Thanks for sharing, Jean.
Yeah, thank you, Jean. And look, for anybody listening out there, Tina started this region, 7 years ago. Tina, is it 6 or 7 years ago now?
Yeah.
And this region has exploded in membership because of her leadership. So for those of you that don't know Tina, you need to know Tina. She really built this amazing community for all of us, and we're lucky to be a part of it.
Well, thank you. But you know what's really blows my mind is that I didn't know you guys before this. And I didn't know Yuko or Christina before maybe 8 months ago. But I feel like that's how I feel like so close to everybody, because we spend every week together. And sometimes we spend several times a week, different meetings. One time Stephanie and I got off of a Facebook Live at 9 o'clock, and at 1:30, I said, I have to go to bed.
We were still on. We were on
live.
Right. We weren't live. We were just chatting amongst each other, right? Just the two of us. And we can talk all night, and Tina knows I love her to death, but and that's how it happens, right? It's just one thing morphs into another.
Yeah. And it's about being vulnerable, right? So you can be authentic and vulnerable, and that's when that's and it's hard for some people, I get that, but the more you can kind of open up to it, it takes over, right? I think you guys would agree.
Yeah.
All right. So I just have one more thing. Gene is very prolific today. So it's not
Yeah.
what we sell or service, what we talk about motivates and who we are. Yeah, perfect. And if you guys don't know, I mean, I just wanted to mention before we get off here, and that is that let me get rid of that. Is that so? Yuko, you're in the Brooklyn chapter,
Yes.
and Christina, you're all the way up in Wappingers Falls. But
I'm in the New Paltz chapter,
New
but I
Paltz.
live on Staten Island.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like how that happened. And that's because Rick Gabrielli is in that chapter. Rick and I are good friends since several years. He had talked about master networks a year ago, and I wasn't ready to I was like, yeah, I'm going back to Germany. I don't know, blah, 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 blah. And finally, I was ready to do it. And I after like a month or two in, I'm like, what was I waiting for? I don't get that, but okay,
Most people say that, Christina. Most
on
people
the
say that.
terms of marry yourself and be good to you. I'm like, yeah, that was the time I needed, whatever, right? Now I'm here and I'm glad I am.
Oh, thank you.
And I purchased the yearly membership right away. I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, I'm
She
either
jumped
in or in.
Both feet, right?
Jumped in. Well, you know what? I just want to say, well, first of all, we need to find out how people can get in touch with you. And I think we had, I had put earlier, just in case, Yuko, you want to talk to how people can get in touch with you, and also for those two different things that you do. Did you want to just mention that quick?
Yes. So, how to get in contact with me? I am on LinkedIn, so please just search for me, YUKO KURU at Northwestern Mutual, and we can connect. Or I have a website through Northwestern Mutual. It is basically my full name, yukokuru.nm.com. YUKOKURU.nm.com. My other business, which is the indoor play space, it's called Pop-In Play Space and Cafe. And I wonder if I can.
So that's nm.com, you said?
Yes.
I'm just trying to put that in and if I can show that, there you go.
Awesome.
Okay.
And then this is the website for my other business.
Okay.
And all the information is there.
Okay. And then you said that's in Larchmont, the play space. Great. And Christina, how do people can get in touch with you?
Well, either through my website, long name, newdecisiontherapynyc.com. I think it's there in the comments. Or I'm also on LinkedIn under Christina Heike. I think those are the two easiest ways. You also find me on Facebook, Christina Heike.
Yeah. So I just I immediately thought of when I was hearing you guys talk to each other and about each other. I said to Stephanie, we really like to have them come on and talk with us because you're both really nice, super nice people, like hanging out with you. So that helps. But I also like what you're doing together, what you're, it's really limitless.
Yep. No, it's very true. And I'm just so excited. Like my whole antenna. All these things are tingling.
I see retreats happening in the space. I see all these kinds of things. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, ladies.
No, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Great.
It's
we really appreciate it. And just if anybody contact these ladies if you need any of those services. We thank you to Stephanie, who's like my wingman. This is her idea, by the way, guys.
Awesome.
This is Stephanie's idea. So she should be the one starring the show here.
It's all good.
And just to others, reach out, even just with some questions or just to get more of a feel of what's there, to both of us.
Yeah, have a face-to-face, right? Reach out to these beautiful ladies.
Exactly, without any there's no need to right away
no sales.
Take us up on
pitch,
a service.
Right?
Exactly.
We just want to get to know each other.
Yep.
Exactly.
Ditch the pitch. Stephanie, you want to talk about what you and Rob Genovese do on Thursdays?
Oh, so every other Thursday night, Rob Genovese and myself, we go live on the Master Networks Inc. page on Build It Through Culture Live. And we talk we talk about Master Network's core values, and we talk about all kinds of things. It's a whole lot of fun. So if you guys hop on to the live at 7, we're not going live this week, but we will be live next Thursday evening, the 24th at 7. And hey, share this to your page, because the more we get the word out about Master Networks and give people a little bit of an experience. Hey, Christina, maybe if you watched our live, if we were live back then a year ago, maybe you would have said to Rick, hey, you know what? Maybe I am going to jump in, right? Because I like the culture, I like the feel, and I want to be a part of that too. So for all of you out there, we really appreciate all the support we've been getting. It's been a blast. I think last week when we were live, there was 10 or 11 states on, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Texas, all over the country. So it would be great. So
thank you for your support, Mary Ellen. Always, she's on all of your lives too. I know.
Yeah, Mary Ellen is a huge supporter. And look, the ladies in this, Mary Ellen is part of the Carmel chapter, and so is Maria Casada. She's amazing. Her and her family just helped a family down in Ecuador build a house. They collected donations and they helped them build a house. So they're making, it's about spreading love wherever you go, and lending a helping hand wherever you can, right? We're all servant leaders here. How can we help serve you?
And I just want to, I can mention before we get off that we do have this, the community council, which is an offshoot of the region, is now, it's being formed, and we've come a long way in a year. It just was in my head that we needed to be more community minded. And now it's actually out there, and we have our own fund, a foundation actually, that's managed. It's not the Tina Campbell Go on Vacation Fund. It's an actual, and what we're doing is we collect, we do service projects. And we also, what we want to do is support our members and the nonprofits they want to have recognized. So we're able to give our members at Master Networks in New York and Connecticut, New Jersey region, they're able to come to the community council. They're able to put in an application for if they need visibility, like they need social media behind what they're doing with that nonprofit, or they may need, people, manpower to do a walk or to do whatever it is that you would do with your nonprofit that you care about. And number 3, as we get going this year and as we start to build the foundation, the fund, we're going to actually be able to give grants to our members that come to us and say, listen, I want to support this nonprofit. It's, it's in my heart, or it's in my community. And so we're going to be able to do this for our members. So I'm really excited about that. And I think that, we're finding a whole bunch of people that are, are leaders in Master Networks, but you know what, their hearts in the growth of this, community, nonprofit area. So we have like a whole bunch of people like morphing into leaders in that. Barry Dorfman is one of them. He is now I've made him and asked him, and he's accepted to be the executive director of our community council. So we have a lot of stuff going on. So I just always say to people, it's a lot of energy for me, like plug in, connect, get charged up. I mean, to me, it's all like energy. And as we put this forward, hopefully we'll make a difference. So
yeah,
I want to say thank you so much. Sorry for going on about that, but I really want people to understand what we're doing out there.
No, it's important, Tina. It's great work. And you know what? We have a kickoff coming this March 3rd, right? So if you haven't signed up for the kickoff, and we're collecting socks for the Catholic charities, because that is the
homeless,
right. That is the most needed item during this time of year with the homeless in the homeless shelters. So, if you know anybody that has some extra brand new socks, right?
Yes, brand new.
Send them our way, and we'll get it to the proper place so that, we could be helping a lot of people.
We've already collected 500 pairs that have gone already through Catholic Charities to the homeless shelters in this area that we're in. And so we're assuming that with that, we'll probably end up about 1,000 or 1,500 pairs. So thank you to everybody that gives of themselves. So ladies, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
wouldn't have wanted to spend my
Thank you so
time
much.
with anybody else. Thank you, Stephanie, for
Thank
everything
you.
you do. And just appreciate you, and everybody stay in touch. And thank you for coming on and speaking with us.
Yes, definitely. It was
Thank
so
you,
much fun.
Tina, and
Thank you
thank
so
you,
much.
Stephanie.
We're
And
so glad
Yuko,
to
we
have you.
talk in
Have
a
a
little
great
bit.
day, everybody.
Yay.
Have a good day.